Welcome to the Deep Dive into Success podcast. Jason and Rebecca are ready to fuel your next move. Every insight here is a spark. Ignite change. Seize the moment. Take action today and shape your tomorrow. Check us out by listening. And if you like what you hear, don't forget to subscribe to receive notifications when new content is available.
Welcome. Today we're doing a deep dive into something many dream about: working from home. It promises freedom, right?
It does.
But the sources we looked at all point to something else. That freedom needs some serious self-management to actually hit, unstoppable productivity.
Absolutely. And look, the main thing we need to get across today is that WFH success isn't really about willpower, not just gritting your teeth.
Okay.
No, it's about building intentional systems, actual habits that replace the structure the office used to give you.
Right.
Our mission here is to show you how to get that self-discipline so your work life doesn't just completely take over your personal life.
Yeah.
Which can happen fast.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, let's unpack that first bit then, the foundation. If there's no office building, no commute, what gives you that signal that, okay, work has started?
You have to create it yourself intentionally. It's what the sources call the commute replacement. Think about it. That walk, that drive, that train ride, it used to tell your brain, okay, switch modes now.
Yep.
You have to replace it. Yeah, maybe a 15-minute walk outside before you log on, or 30 minutes of exercise, meditation, something deliberate.
Something just for that transition.
Exactly. To deliberately trigger that focus state. It's psychological.
Okay, but here's something that feels a bit weird, maybe. Getting dressed. If I'm home, maybe not even on video calls, why bother changing out of comfy clothes? Doesn't that defeat the purpose?
It sounds like it, but it's actually a really powerful mental cue. Even with the camera off, the act of getting ready, putting on something that signals work.
Not pajamas.
Definitely not pajamas. It reinforces the seriousness of what you're doing. It's like a little contract with yourself, boosts accountability. You're telling yourself, I'm in professional mode now.
Okay, I can see the psychology there. So mind is prepped. How do we then, structure the time itself, connecting that mental readiness to actually getting stuff done?
Right. Time management. This is probably the single most important technical skill for remote work. And the starting point has to be the non-negotiable schedule.
Fixed start and end times.
Mandatory, yes.
But isn't that just recreating the office clock? Feels a bit rigid if the goal was flexibility.
It seems rigid, but it's actually what saves you from burnout. Seriously. That fixed end time. It creates real urgency.
Okay.
Forces you to use your best hours well. If your schedule's totally loose, work just expands, doesn't it? Fills up the whole evening. Ruins your downtime.
Yeah, that rings true. So schedule boundaries are set. But what about managing tasks within those boundaries? A simple to-do list isn't always enough, is it?
No, often it's not. A long list can be paralyzing. You waste energy just deciding what to do next. That's where time blocking is so much better.
So mapping it out.
Exactly. You assign specific blocks of time to specific tasks, like 9:00 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. is purely for deep work.
Deep work theme.
The high focus, high value stuff. The things that really require concentration and move projects forward. No interruptions allowed during that block. You stop deciding, you just execute the plan.
Makes sense. And how do you pick what goes into that prime deep work slot? The sources mention a couple of frameworks. One sounds kind of brutal: eat the frog.
Yep, it does. But it works. Tackle your biggest, ugliest, most daunting task first thing. Get it done.
And then the rest of the day feels easier.
Pretty much. And for sorting out all the other tasks, there's the Eisenhower matrix.
Right, urgent versus important.
Yes, that's the key distinction it forces you to make. Urgent things demand attention now, but they might not be important for your long-term goals. Important things contribute to those goals, even if they don't feel urgent.
So the goal is less firefighting, more building.
Precisely. Less reacting to urgent pings, more time spent on truly important work.
Okay, this leads perfectly into the next big challenge: distractions, especially digital ones. That constant flow of emails, notifications. How do we fight that? I know I struggle there.
You have to be pretty ruthless, actually. Step 1, turn off notifications, all the non-essential ones. Social media, news alerts, random app pings, just silence them.
All of them.
As many as you can realistically get away with. Second, and this is crucial, email batching.
Only checking at set time.
Exactly. Pick maybe 3 specific times a day, say 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and maybe 4:30 p.m. That's when you process email. The rest of the time, the email app is closed, off, silent.
Wow, that takes discipline. But I see how it protects focus. What about those huge projects, though? The ones that feel so overwhelming, you just avoid them.
Perfect scenario for the Pomodoro technique.
The tomato timer.
Yeah. Instead of facing this giant task, you break it down. Work intensely for, say, 25 minutes, then take a strict 5-minute break. Repeat.
So it makes it feel manageable, less intimidating.
Exactly. It breaks the procrastination cycle by making the immediate commitment small and finite.
So putting this all together, it sounds like high productivity when working from home isn't about just grinding harder for longer hours. It's more about building these sustainable defensive routines.
That's a great way to put it. Defensive boundaries. And that brings us to the end of the day, which is just as important as the start.
The bookend, right?
Absolutely. The end-of-day routine. This is non-negotiable for work-life balance. It has 2 parts. First, the tidy up.
Planning for tomorrow.
Yep. Briefly organize tasks, maybe clear your desk so you start fresh the next day. And second, the physical shutdown.
Actually closing the laptop.
Closing it, putting it away if possible, out of sight, out of mind. You need to signal the work cycle is complete.
And that physical act combined with maybe another ritual like changing clothes again or taking a walk, that's the transition, shifting back from work mode.
Exactly. You're consciously changing your identity back.
Yeah.
From employee or worker to just you living in your home. If you skip that shutdown and transition,
work bleeds into the evening.
Always. And it kills your mental recovery, your energy for the next day.
So thinking about all this, it really comes down to replacing that external office structure with these deliberate internal systems. Which brings us to the final thought for you listening. If this WFH success really hinges on these systems, which ritual will you commit to first? Is it that professional start to lock and focus, or is it the disciplined shutdown to protect your recovery?
Thanks for diving deep with us on this episode of the Deep Dive into Thriving Successfully. We hope you found a quick hack to take action on today. If this episode moved the needle for you, please take 1 second to hit that follow or subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform. It helps us reach more people who want to start thriving. Our content is 100% based on listener requests. We want to cover the topics you struggle with. Drop your episode suggestions in the comments or send us an email directly at deepdive@lfeg.info. And the best way you can help us is to share this episode with a friend or colleague you care about. Let's build a thriving community together. Until the next dive, keep crushing your goals.